YouTubers. Hello, YouTubers. Welcome to Lily's Kolosova YouTube channel. One of these channels is actually my new, or you can say a little old channel. That's my original channel from 2014. So please subscribe to the new channel. I'm doing live on both right now. So for those of you that are on Lily Kolosova, please subscribe to the new one that's called Lifeblood Studio Productions. And then this one is where I'm going to be doing my live and doing my media productions that I will be releasing on this channel. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here. Whoever's here, I'm doing 2 live streams. Let's see how that works out. So anyway, welcome you guys. It looks like both are working. Hey, it looks like both the channels are going through. Everything's working. I'm just still doing a little bit of testing, you guys. So I decided, thank you. You said you look beautiful. Thank you so much for your kind words. Really appreciate it. I'm just still in the testing mode, but just trying to see there's going to be different platforms and stuff like that I'm going to be kind of talking about in the future. But I wanted today to just go ahead and test this out again and say hi to my YouTubers and see what happens here today, see how my live stream goes today. I am just doing some testing, but I want to start talking about what I've been working on. And so what I've been preparing, all this media productions and what's been going on. So it's not so much, I'm not going to go into details. Aloha, Teresa. Good to have you here, darling. Yes, I am back. I'm trying to be, trying to test this a lot more often. So when I'm ready to actually post videos and all of that, I can just go ahead and post them, because I will no longer be posting any videos that are like any media productions that I used to post on my Lily Kolosova channel. The new or old channel has 25 videos of mine. Those are detailed videos. That channel called Lifeblood Studio Productions. I put the same picture of me in my peacock dress, so you guys know that it is my second channel. This is where I will be releasing all of the media productions in the future, everything that's going to be coming up here. So those of you that subscribe to Lily Kolosova, please find Lifeblood Studio Productions and subscribe, because eventually I will not be doing live on Lily Kolosova, okay? My Lifeblood Studio production has 25 videos that are from 2014, 15, and 15. There's a lot of videos out there, a lot of materials. This is, after all, what Goyim TV wanted really, really badly. It's all of that intellectual property that I released during that time. This is what Lisa Harrison had plagiarized, was all those videos, all that material. So this is why she had to delete all her conversations with Lilu, deconstructing the construct, or constructing the deconstruct. Which way is it goes, Teresa? I call them dinar bitches, because they are they wanted to feel like they are millionaires. So they bought dinars for pennies. So anyway, so those videos are available now, and I had to hit them now. They're released. Okay. So they're back. So thank you guys for being here with me throughout all of it. I'm going to start sharing a lot more in what I've been through in last, especially 3 years. It's been an interesting cycle, but I've been working on preparing and kind of the next decade a graph. I've been working on it. There's going to be a lot more in it. Like, this is just the one little great thing that in 2016, for the new year of 2016, I put in my graph and I said the space dusting period, or space dusting process. So anyway, you guys, I just wanted to, for those of you that know that I do cards, this is what came out today for my talk. I guess I received some feedback that you guys like when I show you my cards, because I typically just have them here. But anyway, this is what at the bottom. Uh, but what I wanted to talk today about is and of course this is Confessions of a Mystic, so this is going to be my own personal journal name. So whenever I talk about my own personal journey, that it has to do with me, that it's individual, this is where I can be sort of answer questions if you guys have personal questions and things like that and all of that nature. This is why I like to do lives. It's just because me being me. All right, you guys. But so Confessions of a Mystic is going to be very personal, but all the other media stuff that I'm going to be doing in the future, it's going to be all in divine timing. Right now, I'm just doing a lot of research, and what I'm really working on right now for how is it has to do with my own personal individual path and where I am. And right now I need a lot. Hi Sharper. Good to have you here. B4Z, thank you so much for being here. So yes, thank you, Teresa, for being here. So yes, I want to talk a little bit about the next decade, because you guys know me, and even with the new channel, my old videos from 8-9 years ago, you guys will see that I talked a lot about the healing process that we are going to go on individual level, and then we're going to go through the same process on planetary level. And this is what we are entering right now, that period of planetary level. And then we will, after that, there's a next stage, which is a sort of like a cosmic, but it's a cosmic level. And this is why I said last time we're going to talk about cosmogenetics, because we're going to start understanding what our third living strand DNA has to do with our cosmogenetics. Okay, because as you guys will notice, my videos from 8-9 years ago were all about quantum physics and the reality, and what this correction timeline will look like. So this is basically why I talk about it, because I this is prophecies. I've been always predicting stuff, right? And that's just always been my thing, and that's been my gift ever since. And many of those that and a lot of people in spiritual community can testify to that fact, that many prophecies, right? And those people that went through near death experience have the gift of prophecies. My first near death experience was at 5, maybe 6. That's just the first one. Happy spring. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. So right now, what I want to kind of talk about is we are talking about closing this 10-year cycle. And this is how pretty much when I came out into spiritual community to talk about my knowledge, which was a lot of quantum physics, and with which I immediately said that with quantum physics, this is going to be, we're going to be bridging spirituality and quantum physics. That's how we're going to that's how we're going to be able to understand what ancient wisdom have taught us, and what all of those, including, you know, Egyptians and all of that. Before Egypt, it was Temeth or Temeth. That's how it's called, Temeth. And Egypt right now, if you look it up, if you Google it, Egypt is the oldest country on the planet. The oldest country on the planet. But before it was Egypt, it was Temeth. Nobody knows the history of it because nobody can decode it. But because it's the quantum physics level. So now with the quantum physics becoming mainstream media, and all of these findings, like last time I talked about the third strand DNA, that technological DNA, that they actually came out and said that what separates the special elite group is that technological strand DNA. So they've admitted to all of this stuff, right? So now we can put all those pieces of the puzzle back together, right? And so this is what I came up with, and this is the videos that I was doing, is what was that, you can say it was download, but I didn't like use that word because a lot of people were using that to project other stuff. Okay. Hi, Nora. Hey, you guys, all of you guys over here, Sharper. That's Natasha, I think. Hope Springs, Nora, Comfort Inn. Oh my God, Sunshine. Hi, darling. You guys, please find a new channel, Lifeblood Studio Productions. This is where I'm also live right now, but please subscribe to that one. I will be eventually not going live on this channel. It's still going to be available. It's going to become archive channel. Lily Kolosova will become archive channel just to keep the archives on my journals. Okay, so all the future media productions will be on Lifeblood Studio Productions YouTube channel. All right, thank you guys so much for being here. I love you so much. I miss you all so much. So I've been working through this 10 years of what's to come with this 10 years, and it's going to be unfolding of this planetary level consciousness, collective shadow consciousness, collective shadow coming to the surface on the collective planetary level. So now here we're going to be dealing with the collective level, or that also, it's like always three. You know how it's three, the power of three in all, on all levels. So our in physical body, we anchor that on individual level. Now the collective shadow is going to be our emotional body on the individual level as part of our healing. And so now for those of us that heal an individual aura of the emotional body, so that meaning your aura, because that's your emotions and your sort of, that's your heart. Okay, that speaks in through your aura. That's mostly through the heart. So your heart center, right? So your heart center, or the three brains, like I talked about in the last live, right? Three different brains that we have, and now they even proved it, that there is three different organs that have their separate own neurons that communicate with each other. Okay, so now because of that, yes, so 333. So now just with like the consciousness, the way we achieve Christ consciousness, as many use this term, so I'm going to approach it from this term as well. So we know Jesus, right? That's the name given, right? To the personality. So that's the ego. Okay. Then we also name the same individual. We know him by Yahshua. That's the heart. And this is many times, as you will see, when artists paint Jesus Christ with heart, that's represents his mother given name, which is Yahshua. That's the original name that his mother gave to him, that came through the heart. And then the Christ consciousness is then the spirit, or that what connects us to cosmogenetic. So that's the Christed consciousness, that all of us, those that strive to be like Christ or to achieve mastery like him, those are the 3 levels of growth that we go through. And so when Christ went from an individual path, so all of you, so I'm going to go through, and many, and this is the thing, that many of the people who call themselves Christians can't understand what those 3 names mean. They can't understand the Holy Trinity, about how that applies to them. They're so confused because they're corrupt at the core. Because what they worship is those that cloak themselves in Christ's blood. As Christians, true Christians, you can't cloak. So those that pray to cloak themselves in Christ's blood are possessed by a spirit of Antichrist. So they need to cloak themselves. And so I will go into that. And this is what all the Catholic religion's all about. And this is why on the cross, they do have the blood dripping. That's the point of what they worship, is the sacrifice itself. Then there is Yahshua. Yahshua has been nobody's talking in Christianity about Yahshua. So we know what, and like we know, so Jesus is that ego, or what the actions, or everything what Christ did, right? So we're gonna look at Christ as he grew, what he did. He go turn up some tables, has told some people that they're going to hell and things like that. Then he went on a journey, and many of the Christians have no idea, which has been proven by so many historians, that Jesus Christ went on a journey to Egypt and then to the east and all the way to India. And this is where all the Krishna stuff and all of that stuff, it's all because he went on the journey. That was his journey. And then when he returned, right, then he took on the different path, which was heart level on an individual, right? But on a collective level, it's an ego level. So right now, we are going to experience, those of us who went through an individual path, and that at some point, just like Christ, each and every one of us, in order to grow, we cannot release or relinquish the power of the dark side of this reality to any external source. So we are just like Christ did, ultimately, eventually going to have to go and face the demons, right? Christ didn't go to any priests to help him face the demons. So ultimately, those that follow the Christian path, oh my God, Dusty Blue, thank you so much for being here. Oh, you guys are chit-chatting over there. You guys, come on over to Lifeblood Studio Productions, okay? I'll be doing lives here weekly, if not more, okay? Right, Teresa. So, so basically, the way it looks, and this is why when Christ returned, he was able to speak and have authority over demons on a collective level once he went through facing it himself. Same thing with our individual growth right now, just like in Bible it says that many will come, just like Christ, because it's the progress of human consciousness, and it's just it's archetype. That's all it is. Like there's many other archetypes, right? There's many other masters. So I'm just talking about this. So because we understand that, right? So and that's something that I individually know very well as well. So anyway, so when we're entering in this collective shadow coming up, and those that have eyes to see are going to be those that have already faced their individual demons. They're going to be able to see where are the collective consciousness is needs rebalancing. And so through our individual experience, then we can, as like an observer, realign than the collective field. And this is how that living organic sort of third strand DNA works with us in our DNA. Exactly, Teresa. Individual process, and then we face it, and that elevates us. That elevates us up to that different level of consciousness. So now, once we do face the demon and we come out victorious, then we are in that Christ consciousness. Now we can see and know who is who's demons, and what is going on. And at the same time, like I was saying in the past, you can see, like you stand on the top of the mountain, and you can see down where you've been to hell. You come out of hell. And this is why I say, in order to come out of that bottomless pit of hell, you have to go through it in order to pick up your ancestral karma, because you incarnated on behalf of your ancestors. So you're picking up anything that's left off. So it's going to be on your back because it's within your DNA. Just like Christ went into the desert all by himself for on behalf of his bloodline. Okay? So that's basically what we're doing. It's just like I was talking when I was eventually talking about in our soul group about healing. We talk a lot about how to heal with herbs and all of that stuff, and we talked about aligning that healing with everything. And so, like in my sessions and everything that I did, that was born out of that healing group, was all towards sort of this path to where we understand that when you understand that you're here on behalf of ancestors and this is your path, and the only way through is in. And so no matter what's happening, it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. So you can see where your ancestors want you to experience a negative. So then when you come to the top of the mountain and you look on the other side of the mountain, the positive side, you will know exactly how to roll that experience to have an impact on the transmuting and transforming collective shadow. So now, those that went through a dark night of the soul on the individual level, we now know that our collective consciousness is about to go through that. So the panic, all of that stuff. So and this is why I said on my Facebook, whoever posted that, and I stole it and reposted that, the only way to deal with a cult right now is to laugh at them, because that's the only way. Because those that think that somehow they can project their demons on you and do whatever, voodoo, moodoo, schmoodoo, that it's gonna stick. It doesn't stick to Christ consciousness. It never will. And this is what the third strand DNA, again, Teresa, because I'm talking about three levels, and so that's the Holy Trinity. So when you achieve that Christ consciousness, then all they can do is, though the demons you already won the battle. It's already over. It's already over. It's like it's already over. You already won the battle. So the laughter is what heals your physical body. This is how you're gonna heal, through watching collective shadow come up. You're gonna laugh about it because you already been through it on an individual level, and you see it totally from a different perspective. Now you see it, how actually the coming up to the surface of collective shadow, it actually works for us. Because now I don't need to expose too much of Masons. And even, you guys, like some of the people are surprised that I was undercover investigating Masons, because I was investigating the forbidden religions, and eventually it led me to them. So for 20 years now, my videos in Lifeblood Studio Productions YouTube channel, I released them all, not all of them, but 25 videos. There's a series of videos where I talk about Masonic symbolism. And some of these people are still surprised that today I'm coming out openly and saying, oh, boo-boo kitties, I was never going to join you. I was trying to figure out, how do you recruit? What do you do to those that don't want to be recruited? So anyway, so this is going to be my story, and this is why I'm going to be doing lives and all of that stuff. And this is part of all of the Keystone documentary series. Is all about infiltration of all of the systems. So basically, and so exposing all of it. And right now we're at that point where all of it is coming up to the surface, and we can see that. But those of us that went through, we're now coming back like Phoenix rising. This is a Phoenix rising now, okay? Just want you guys to know, Phoenix rising right now. There is going to come a lot of fear that's going to be in the external. But those of you that face your demons for your ancestors, because remember, not just facing your own demons when you go through the dark night of the soul, when you're going through the heart level healing. Okay. It's just with the physical level healing, you align your mind to it as well. So this is, I talk about glands, and your 7 glands in the body that that are responsible for your chakras and for your hormone productions. Okay, so those are your spiritual centers in the body, right? So yes, Sharper, you say I don't pray to cloak or yes. Jesus is the personality of Christ. Okay, Christ is that cosmogenetics, or that connection to um Father, as that says in Bible. And the mother is the earth, because that's the physical body, is the feminine side, and that's the masculine holy. And then the heart is where two combine. That's why 2 hearts. Actually, our heart symbol is 2 hearts combined. Okay. And they make one, right? Do you guys know that it's 2 hearts put together in one, that heart symbol? All right. So fire, Father fire. Ay, ay. Okay, you guys. So For the next 10 years, what we're gonna see is what been happening last 10 years is we saw a lot of new illusions, just like I predicted in 2016. For the next 10 years, a lot of new illusions. But right now we're flipping this thing on its head. And in fact, about 5 to 7 years ago, do you guys know that the Merkaba field of Earth flipped? When it was floating against each other, then it flip it, now it goes the same direction. It's still overlaid, but it goes in the same direction. What the effect was, this is, by the way, your all of the event and all of that stuff. So what had happened, and you guys can go back and research it, when did the earth turn? The wind of the south and north went into same direction. This is why we have the weather changes so much. Okay, because of that happened. This is actually recorded in the history of our planet. So I don't know why I get off that topic. But anyway, so let me go back to sort of that. So we kind of need to go back to the last 10 years and see what kind of programs been thrown at us at that collective. So all that trash that been thrown at the collective field for this last 10 years, we're now going to fold it. And so now from 2024 to 2034, what we're going to do is we're going to flip this thing on its head now on a collective level. And so now, just like I mentioned last time, for those that would throw in all of those illusions, they're going to be so embarrassed that they're going to have to delete their channels, delete their videos like they're already doing, or if they're going to leave them, they're going to be the joke of the collective, because people are going to be laughing at them, because we are going to be through the heart now, knowing how we can aid human consciousness in healing now through the heart, not out of ego. We don't fight war out of ego. The heart, we fight through love. So knowing that those people, like I was saying, like Lisa Harrison, she the greed, she is the one that through so much of that, they renamed greed into prosperity. So that was 10 years ago. So it was a big prosperity thing. Now in this next 10 years, when we look back, we're gonna see how it was a scam. It was just a scam. It was just, they were making money. It was just bankers. Bankers were just scamming. It was CIA operators making their money. They were making them work for it. So it's just what's happening. Right. And this is what you, Teresa, said. You said, I cleared so much of my bloodline on my journey. Realized wasn't just my personal healing, part of my purpose of this incarnation. It is. I mean, I went back so far. Way beyond Kemet, way beyond Egypt, with all of that, all the way back to figure out what happened to my bloodline. It's just it was amazing. This, like, I love my dark nights of the soul. I so much growth. It's like, like I was when originally, when I had my earth earth soul group, Oprah was very popular with her prosperity teachings. Remember? And all of that stuff, and she was teaching, and then there was Kabbalah teachings and all of that, and I put that up in even in one of those videos, and I said, these people don't understand. For a tree to be able to bloom, it's got to have roots. For a tree to be able to grow, it's got to have roots. Most of the trees have equal amount of branches as they have roots. How are you gonna grow and bloom and be positive and all full of love if you have no roots? How are you gonna bloom? How are you gonna grow? That was the teachings then. But like Lisa Harrison, like David Wilcock that I mentioned on that time. David Wilcock was arriving on blue avians via Goyim TV, who were part of the banking system. For 13 years, we were sitting here, all of us waiting with our palm branches. Our palm branches are all dead, David. We're still waiting for David to arrive on the blue avian, are we? He hasn't arrived yet. And now we can laugh about it because that's what it's all about. It was about money. It was all about money. Jesus! It's all about money, you guys. All right? So right now in this next 10 years, we're going to see a lot of it come out again. And right now with those of us that grew, we're going to understand what's going on. I think Jimmy, he just wants to be here. Huh? So you want to be with mommy? Okay. Yeah, I think he just wants to be here. So we grew now. So we can't say, hey, you can't just cut us off. Don't, that's not how we bloom. Right? So we can't deny, and this is one of the tricks of occultists, is they force you one way or another through trickery or through oath, blood oath, or anything to surrender that side or your root to an entity outside of you. And this is what they call the process of selling your soul. Okay? And so that's why I said, like, people like that, they're only interested in, and so there was a lot of that prosperity and that aliens are coming, right? Aliens will all cover up for Eisenhower betrayal, and because they needed to cover that up, so that propaganda ran. So what we're going to find out, like with Goyim TV, I mean, pretty much know now that it's a CIA operation, which they cannot have in United States besides the one that they have. And the only way they have it in Virginia is because they're operating under a religious group or religious organization in United States. That's the loophole under which CIA was able to operate in this country. This is why when you go into their lobby, there is a verse from the Bible there. So all of you guys need to understand this is a religious organization. And I did mention Lisa Harrison last time. And because when I came in, I came in because they just filed in United States what called IM filings. And those of you who know what Masons have to do with that term, that filing was done in 2014. This is why I had to come on to Lisa's show, to her show, is because of that filing. In that filing is basically what surrender United States to the forbidden religion. Every soul under United States Corporation in that filing was submitted under that religion. Google, within the next few years, I believe it was 2017, when Google filed a tax thing for an entity, an AI entity called God. I am. Again, I am thing. So This is all has to do with forbidden religion, and that's why this is why it's all big secret. But this is Aquarius age, is you can keep a secret, and this is what the those that have the secret religion or in it, they're dazed and confused. Like I predicted that when the time comes, the first stage of those that did not make it, like I used to say, fake it until you make it crowd, you're not gonna make it. And the first thing you're gonna know is because those that develop that belief systems other than Christ consciousness, um, they're going to be dazed and confused because secrets no more. Once the quickening is what's all, it's all revelation, it's revealing of the secrets. So it's quickening, it's going to happen really quick. Once the secret revealed, one another and next and next and next, you can't stop. It goes like an avalanche. It's a domino effect. It just boom, it rolls down like no tomorrow. So the first stage is for those that did not make it. So what we're gonna see in next couple of years, as like I said, that whole system is in self-destruct mode, so it's imploding on itself. Those that operate on secrets will be dazed and confused because the secret layer will be replaced with confusion. So imagine how many confused Christians there are. But go ahead, and just to show you, to demonstrate, you guys can check it for yourself, just to demonstrate to you how quick that's going to happen. What's going to happen really quickly. Like I predicted, with the next 10 years, every mega church in United States of America will be empty. It will be the end of mega churches. It will be no more. And just so you know how quick it could happen, go and find online how many people go to TD Jakes' church right now. It's pathetic. There's 5.5 people there. And when they only point the camera at him, you think he's talking to who? And he's talking to 5 people in that whole big, grandiose red seats. Red everywhere. Nothing but red. Because he has red seats. Nothing but red. That's who he's talking to. He's preaching to empty chairs. Just how much light it's going to cost to preach to an empty chairs. So, those are the future of all churches. Because the secrets will be replaced with confusion. It's just a lot of people are going to be depressed, upset about things falling apart. People are going to cry about their money because the greed and their fake prosperity, that those that fake it until you make it crowd. Remember how I was saying you guys are not going to be able to. And right now, look at them. Those that preached prosperity, what do they preach in spiritual communities now, right now? Still talk about the new system. Still talking about the new system. Including who? Including Linwood. That many think that Linwood is doing something positive for United States. Oh boy, oh boy. So in next 10 years, imagine when people like Linwood will stand in what they did, when all of their secrets come out. Linwood's going to come out as a cover-up individual that organized and kept the whole cover-up thing going for Jean Benet Ramsey. He got paid millions to cover up that crime. How many crimes against children did he cover up? Lynn Wood all of a sudden became Christian. The Lost Life, I didn't hear. They cut me off because I was asking Lynn Wood, if he's such a Christian, did he read Matthew 18:6? And did he get paid enough to pay all of those people, or buy all of those people rope so they can go and find a rock, and so they can have that rope? How about that sermon, Lynn Wood? Will you teach that in Sunday school, Lynn? For all of your friends that you protected and covered for. So imagine when all of that comes out, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? What is DOJ going to do? How are they going to explain Ghislaine Maxwell trial? You explain to me, since when does a trial called a trial when there is not one victim, dead or alive? That's Ghislaine Maxwell trial. You can't call that trial. Without a victim, you can't have a trial. It was not a trial. It was a coming out party. DOJ came out as guardians of the pedophiles. That's what they came out. It was a cover-up trial, a cover-up of crimes. They did that to cover up for the victims. That's why there was not one victim, dead or alive. Treason of the highest degree. That's DOJ. So when that all falls apart and United States military has to come in, because we don't have justice system anymore, it has failed. People like me will know what's up. But imagine for the rest of the people in the next 10 years, when United States military is going to have to take over the government because it failed. It's going that way. If you're not seeing it, you're one of those, right, Siankovich? TD Jakes and Diddy and all of that stuff. And the thing is, with TD Jakes, his church is already empty. And the only thing came out is maybe there's connections and there's pictures. Nothing about children has come out yet. Nothing yet. And there is so much of that. So imagine when all of that comes out about all the churches that are involved, and most of churches are involved. Imagine what's going to happen. Imagine the panic. So, Lisa Harrison, since dinars didn't pay out, maybe you should quickly become like Lynn Wood, Christian. Because dinars didn't pay out, so they can't, they don't have money to buy. Oh God, I'm gonna laugh about it. It's funny. They don't have money for Kool-Aid, Nike shoes, and purple blankets. They don't. Maybe Lisa, go get in contact with Lynn Wood and ask him. He got paid millions. Maybe he'll borrow you the money for purple blankets and for Kool-Aid and Nike shoes. You said, Dave, hasn't military taken over? Yeah, I mean, this is why we're going to call it, instead of execution chambers at St. Quentin, we're going to call them rehabilitation chambers at St. Quentin. So, oh my goodness. So anyway, so all of that is going to come out, and we're going to be kind of, so yeah, it's coming. It was predicted, and this is what I'm talking about. It was predicted by natives Many native prophecies has talked about how this whole thing will come and will come invade our country, and it will bring a lot of destructions, and then we will flip it on its head here and we will rebuild new. And this is what all the new tribe is all about. So this is why we're here. We walk this path. So in America, this is going to be happening. It already happened in different countries where a military took over. So it's going to happen here as well, because you guys, I mean, just so much treason just here in California. I mean, we have a dictator, Newsom. This is not a governor. He is unlawful governor, treason of the highest degree, DOJ, everybody. It's treason of the highest degree, but none of them can remember their oath to United States Constitution. So what do you think? Is United States military doesn't see that? Do you think our military is that dumb? Is our military that dumb? That California government just in 5 years lost $24 billion. They don't know where it went. It was supposed to go to homeless. You can check, make sure, just in case it did go to them. No, it didn't. Okay. So, I mean, it's going that way. And it's going to create, this is the 7 years of tribulation. We are about to enter it. We're almost there. And for those of you that listen to New Earth, I think that's her channel. She talks about prophecies a lot. So I would recommend you guys, because she talks about a lot about prophecies that I know, which is from Russia and Ukraine, from Eastern countries, like Baba Yaga and Baba Vaga, and all of those other prophecies that came out of there. So she kind of puts them together where they're how they're overlaying all. So she does a great job. So New Earth, I think that's her channel. And so she talks about that. So I do recommend that you guys check that out about prophecies and stuff. I talk about a little bit of what personally I am dealing with, because it's a lot of it has to do with what I went through. Is the justice system. So it's a lot of that side and so all of that in so imagine like in my case, right? It was it was basically a kangaroo court. And that's what actually happened. This is why they had to drop it, because I asked an attorney to file a kangaroo court description, and then I proven from everything that that's what it was and all of that stuff. And because of that, all that, just like the law states, because the judges and all the officers involved, because that happened, I could have fired them right there and then before the next hearing. And instead of, because I asked them to file that, so then when I come to my hearing, then that could be filed, and so the case could be, everything could be dropped. And before even filing that, instead of filing that, because if she would to file that, they went ahead and backdated dropping of all the charges. So what they did is because they didn't want to all be fired at that point, they basically, all of them would have to leave. Basically, it was betrayal of their oath, basically. And so it was all listed. And so the attorney refused to file that. And instead, they just dropped it all. And they just delivered to me the thing that it's all gone and done and everything's been dropped. So they didn't want to do that, because they didn't want to immediately go into criminal proceedings and all of that stuff, because they at that point they knew exactly where I was taking this. They knew exactly where they were taking this. And so when looking back on and all of that stuff, it's like, what they were willing to cover up for, it's all going to come out too. And I made sure that it was all filed and all of that stuff. So I wanted to file this, that all of the violations, treasonous violations on their part, so it's in court records, so it would be easy for me to just go and drop those records to the military intelligence. But oh no, they didn't do that. They ran. I think the judge showed up 5 o'clock in the morning to court to do the signing of the dropping of everything. So anyway, but yes, and that is happening. I didn't just get Boulder County. I got Iron County, Utah as well. 2 judges and 2 prosecuting attorneys. I got them too. Imagine that, Utah, the land where abuse of children is normalized. I'm like, wow, spirit. Iron County, isn't that biblical? Let me turn this iron into gold. I'm ready, spirit. Oh, an attorney violated his oath too. So anyway, you guys, so it's going to be a very interesting time. We're going to kind of see all of this, and everything is just going to become visible a lot of times. And this is what's happening, like with me as I grow. You guys know, like, and I do like to talk about nature, just like tree. We start with a little weak one branch, the tree, and then it grows and becomes this strong trunk, and the roots are deep. Same thing with each of our dark night of the soul. We grow stronger and we grow taller, and we could see better and understand our path better. So a lot of times, like in the past, I didn't quite understand why I had to go through so much of this abuse. I was like, at some point, it was like I was giving up at a lot of times. You guys, what they did is they used those guns on me. They used that technology that they use in Cuba. It knocked me out 3 times. Yeah, that's the kind of abuse I took. So yes. Anyway, back to so my head sometimes rains right now, once in a while. So it just did that. Anyway, so go back to what we might see. So in next 10 years, we're all going to see all this kind of, and I was talking about that in my 2016 graph, that we're going to see new programs coming up and all of that stuff. And people, rebranded, same pig, different lipstick, and just same stuff, and so they did that now, including like those people in the spiritual community, right? And so now we're back to where that does not hold any water. Like what I will tell you, because I know this for sure, like David Wilcock YouTube channel shows up on YouTube already with the 100K views attached to it. 100K. No, not 100. Sorry, that's a different person. 100. He, I believe, is 60 or 80. David Wilcock. My apologies. 60 or 80. I don't remember. That's how they manipulate their channels. Mine, I got also, it did count the backwards a lot. But anyway, all of that, you guys, will everything. And you guys know that I told you last time that on Orthodox Christmas Eve, which was January 6th, I got a biggest present in my whole entire life, in this whole 20 years investigate undercover investigation, I got hold of the thread. This is when I got threatened. My life got threatened. I filmed it. And this is when the San Diego Sheriff's Department came in. And so I got the thread now and I'm holding it tight. And so, um, is it a coincidence that it is in the same office as the combined investigation that started in August of 2023 with Camp Pendleton in San Diego County into government run trafficking system in the state of California? There's a combined investigation that already started in August of 2023. And here I am, January 6th of 2024, same office, business law, civil law, criminal law. I come in three, babies. I come in three. I'll come at you from three different sides. Triangulate you. That's how I do it. So, anyway, yes, a huge company, international company, is involved. All right. So, it's not just individual, it's a big international company. Church. Well, it's a trap house that pretends to be church and a spiritual community. But I will talk a little bit about oh my God, it is already 1 hour. Oh my God. I was going to talk a little bit about, but I guess I will leave it for next time, you guys. So next time, I will talk a little bit about the spiritual community's involvement and that kind of like what we might see on like with the churches, and not so much with the churches but with the small spiritual communities, especially the new age. And I do want to go a little bit more into, because we might see all that, because that is flipping on its head. Most of the new age, because the way it was done through rituals, and because the rituals have to take the life, those teachings can only last about a lifetime. That's why New Age is so kind of short lived. New Age, right? It's very short lived because most of it is done through blood magic. So when they sacrifice an individual, that soul power, it's what feeds. And especially when they do it to like, and this is what I investigated, the spiritual side. And it has to do with my ancestor, and has to do with the Rosicrucians here, Rosicrucian Fellowship. And this is a different Rosicrucians than these Rosicrucians are one of the kind, or the special kind. But these are the ones that stole and use my ancestors' teachings right now, and they stole it through killing him. So this is all part of my investigating the spiritual side of that. And so now that connects to, so it's just like I said last time, everything is just kind of comes together so beautifully. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's just, it comes together, and we can see now where, like I'm saying, where we can, through hard understanding that what we had, it was horrid, but right now we have the intellectual, the intuitive intellect, because that's what you get, intuitive intellect, once you, that's Christ consciousness. So now you're connected to your creator within, and so now you're in direct connection with Father source. So you guys, I really appreciate and I don't know where did the hour go, but I really appreciate each and every one of you. Donna, Dave, Dusty, Comfort In, thank you. Sharper, thank you so much. Teresa, You've been here talking to me. Thank you, Teresa, dear. I really appreciate you. Your questions were so amazing. Thank you so much. You guys here, yes, New Earth is Sylvia Ivanova. Yes, Dave. Thank you so much for reminding me of that. And again, you guys, for those of you that you would like to contact me via email, I have a new email. It's studenttv at Yahoo. Okay, studenttv at Yahoo. Okay. Lifeblood Studio Productions YouTube is YouTube slash Lifeblood Studio Productions. Okay, I have my pictures on there. Please subscribe. I am gonna have a lot more media productions in the near future, so please subscribe to that channel, you guys. And then I will see you next time. And next time maybe I'll go a little bit more into the research that I did about the all of that dark stuff, spiritual stuff. And what I was saying is like how you grow is like certain things at the lower level you can't comprehend, but then when you see that big picture and you go, oh. But now through the heal heart, you can see how you can help others to release that kind of stuff. And this is what I ultimately did when I saw that darkness in that place. I immediately, my spirit created and developed an art classes, and all I could do is just art. I just like, people, let's do art, because it's just because we needed so much healing. Once you realize, so when it's kind of tough, you guys, it's hard because you have days where it's really like, is it really anybody else out there that knows what I'm going through right now, and seeing that what is happening? But this is when you come to realize that if we just put our good hearts together, we can change this. And this is where the frustrations come. And this is when you have to learn about patience and detachment, and stay sort of, stay true to yourself, and trust divine timing. Because you guys, if I didn't trust divine timing, I would not be here with you guys today. If I didn't have faith, I would not be here today. So I'm so glad that spirit had got me through what it got me through. You may not think that I've been through hell looking at me, but it took me about 1,000 days to face those demons. But here I am, victorious. Everything was dropped. I am free, and including here, they also tried to set me up, but that didn't go as planned. And now I have the 3 threads all twisted into one: business, civil, and criminal. So off we go. Changes are imminent. We cannot avoid this. We can just go through this. The storm is coming. Right now, it's calm before the storm. It is coming. So I love you all. Bye, you guys. Till next time. Bye. Wrong one.